Today, on the Vince Everett Ellison Show, the Democrats missed their shot at Trump, but they got another plan. It's DEFCON 1 with the Democrat Party, and I'm going to tell you what they up to. So the Democrats' next plan to take down America, to take down Trump, today on the Vince Everett Ellison Show. All right, let's get this thing started. You know, about a month ago, I watched this series on Apple TV. It's called Manhunt. It was about the search for John Wilkes Booth after he shot Abraham Lincoln at Ford's Theater. I thought I knew everything about that search, but it was pretty interesting. It had some twists and turns in it and information that I didn't know. And I kind of researched it afterward to see if the information was in fact true. Manhunt dictated that John Wilkes Booth had worked for the Confederate Secret Service and that he had had communications with Jeff Davis. And Jeff Davis had given him the nickname Pet, called him his pet. And that Pet had been activated to kill Abraham Lincoln. Manhunt said that Jeff Davis ordered a hit on Abraham Lincoln and that Stanton for the Union, for the United States of America, he was the Secretary of War for the United States of America, found out about it. And he covered it up because he knew that if the nation knew that, the Civil War would start all over again. And they wanted to calm this thing down. I say all that to say this. What we witnessed with the attempted assassination on Donald Trump is nothing new in the United States of America or anywhere in the world. Governments have done these things for generations and for years. There are two things that are happening here, y'all, that we can't get around. One or the other. Either these people are the most incompetent people in the history of the world. That means the Secret Service, the preeminent law enforcement service in the world, with all the money, all the drones, all the high-tech equipment, are a bunch of idiots and a bunch of DEI hires, or the federal government tried to kill Donald Trump. No two or three ways around it. If they are this incompetent, and y'all already know now, I mean, you got people out there now. One guy, his name is Dallas Alexander. He's a Canadian Special Forces guy. He has confirmed the longest kill. So he's a sniper. Because confirmed longest kill of anyone in history. Dallas said it's an inside job, from what he knows. He's a sniper, killed guys for a living. Assassins, everything. Assassinations, everything. Had this other guy by the name of Matthew Murphy, Green Beret, sniper. Said the same thing. It's not what I'm saying. It's what guys in the know are saying. These guys are saying this was an inside job. It's like, the old saying, you believe me or your lying eyes. For a minute and 57 seconds, people stood on the ground and told the Secret Service there's a guy on the roof. A minute and 57 seconds. Let's see how long a minute is. Let's just see how long a minute is. That was just 1 minute. For 2 of those, civilians were on the ground telling the Secret Service, telling the police, there's a guy upstairs on the roof with a gun pointed at the president. So they knew he was there. How did they know? The people told them. And they waited till he got the shots off. I haven't seen a dead body. I don't know what the sniper was. They said it was this little nerd-looking guy that's dead. Did y'all see them pull him off the roof? Did y'all see a picture of the dead corpse looking like the little guy? I didn't. People, all I can tell you is this. I'm not a fool. My good friend Tucker Carlson called it a few weeks ago, said they're going to try to kill Trump. He called it. He asked Donald Trump. He said, you know, he said, what's that next? You know they're going to try to kill you, right? You say it, people say it. Everybody's saying it. I said to Tucker when I saw him up there, I said, Tucker, you talked to President Trump. Yeah. I said, does he know that the Secret Service, he has Secret Service protection, right? Tucker said, yeah. I said, he does know that the Secret Service works for Biden, right? Tucker said, I told him that. And I said, he still trusts them? Tucker said, yeah, I told him he shouldn't. I said, he should get the campaign to buy his own security. You don't trust the deep state to protect him. Tucker said, I wish he'd listen. This was last month. I know that Joe Biden is evil. I know that he has a guy that works under him by the name of Alejandro Mayorkas. This is the guy that's over Homeland Security. You know all those millions of people coming across the border? Yeah, the ones he's supposed to stop. Yeah, him. They just tried to impeach him a couple of months ago for being incompetent. Homeland Security comes under him. He's put this woman by last name is Cheadle over it. She's a DEI hire. Used to work for PepsiCo. When Trump hits the ground and stands up, everybody around him, he's taller than everybody, could get another headshot on him in any time. I was saying, get him out of there, get him down. Instead, they got these little short women around him. You're supposed to bend him down, put something over him, take him to the car. Instead, he was standing there long enough for him to shoot him 5 more times and throw a grenade up there and blow up everybody. Either these people are worse than the Keystone Cops, or this was a setup. Y'all, this is so basic, what they allowed happen. It's the equivalent of you get up in the morning going to work and not putting your clothes on. And somebody said, Vince, you're leaving and you're naked. I'm like, huh? It's the equivalent of you trying to take a bath and you didn't put any water in the bathtub. You're sitting there just. First you put the water in the tub. Or while you're sitting in the tub, you let it run, but you can't take a bath out in the water. People, it's as basic as you trying to eat a steak and you hadn't killed the cow yet. You're just chewing on the cow. You don't do it. President of the United States of America is coming in. Everybody wants to kill him. You got a building up there with a line of sight right at him. The first thing anybody would do, a 2-year-old would say, get somebody on the top of that building now. Anybody. Said the guy bought a ladder. Walking around with a ladder and a gun. What? Lord have mercy. I remember watching The Wizard of Oz, and all y'all saw it too. Y'all remember Oz had put Dorothy and the Scarecrow in the line and Tin Man threw it. At the end, they were mad at him. Come to find out, the little dog went back there, pulled back the curtain. There was a man behind the curtain, controlling it all. And he said, don't pay any attention to that man behind the curtain. The dog had more sense than all of them. He said, hey, y'all need to come check out this man behind the curtain. Donald Trump is someone to take down the deep state. He decided to go in and say he's going to lock up all these jokers in the inner city that's out there selling all that dope. He's going to keep the illegals out. He's going to change his country, and he's going to put the people in jail that's been destroying it. He's going to stop that war in Ukraine. We sending hundreds of billions of dollars a year that's going to the defense contractors. He's going to stop it. He's going to bring about school choice, destroy the teachers' unions. Oh, yeah. They don't want that. He's going to allow you to have your religious liberty in these schools so you can pray to your God again. He's going to make it where they can't transition these children and sexualize these children in public education any longer. Oh, no, baby. I told you, and I told you. The Democratic Party is the evilest organization in the history of the world. Part of slavery from 1800 to 1860. Part of the Confederacy from 1860 to 1865. The part of Jim Crow from 1865 to 1965. Now the part of murder, abortion up to the 9th month, perinatal abortion, illegal immigration, fentanyl, and you think they got a problem with killing one man? Shoot. Jokers got more bodies on them than the Black Plague. And you better wake up to it because you're next. So they got a plan, y'all. They said, we messed. Oh, man, what we got to do? They just went into the drawer and said, okay, plan B. And what is plan B? Drum roll. Plan B. Racial unrest. Let's attack the black people. And let's put it on Mega. It's coming. Oh, don't believe me? How do Vince Ellison know that it's coming? Well, I'll tell you how I know it's coming. They've done it all before. It was this great show called House of Cards. Kevin Spacey played a president by the name of Frank Underwood. And it was this scene, I think it was the first season, that showed how they exploit black people in the Democratic Party. Frank was a Democrat. He's in Washington, D.C., and somehow or another, some type of teachers' union strike had broke off. And the teachers were striking, they were marching, they were picketing, they were mad. And Frank had to somehow break this strike because it was just decimating the party. And so since there was a strike, the children were not going to school. They were kind of out in the street just running around. And Frank said he had a plan. And so this is the scene. They're sitting there. It's late at night. He's with his chief of staff, and he gets a phone call. Frank said, that's not it. Hung the phone up. Gets another phone call. Frank said, that's not it. And they continue their conversation. Then they get another phone call. Frank said, that's it. Bam. He said, come on, let's go. Call a press conference. What had just happened? Well, a black child had got shot in the streets of Washington, D.C. Frank Underwood holds a press conference and says, if this black child had been in school, he wouldn't be dead. It's time for these teachers to end this strike right now. And that broke the teacher strike, using the black child's death as cannon fodder for a political purpose. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Let us go down the list of how the Democratic Party has done this for years, shall we? The election of 1996. Yeah, I'm going back a little ways. Some of y'all won't remember this one, but I do. They said that the racists was burning down churches all over America, the church burnings. This is Bill Clinton and Bob Dole. Oh, they're going around the South just burning down black churches. Bill Clinton says, oh, we got to stop this kind of thing. These white racist Republicans is burning up black folks' churches. Bob Dole didn't know what to do. Black folks came out in droves because they thought they was going to get burned up. Clinton won in a landslide. Yeah, and then 2000, Bush Gore. This black man by the name of James Byrd. I think two white guys grabbed James Byrd, tied him to the back of their truck and drug him to death down the road. Oh, they pinned that on George W. Bush some type of way. Said George W. Bush is a racist. George W. Bush is a racist. George W. Bush is a racist. Tried to pin it on Bush. Didn't work. But yeah, it was all over the news that year. Him and Matthew Shepard, a little gay guy, they got killed. And it wasn't because he was gay. It was because he got into it with somebody about something and they killed him, but they tried to act like it's because he was gay. So they used it that year. Bush won anyway. Then it was Hurricane Katrina. Hurricane Katrina came up. Oh, it decimated everything. That's what they got John McCain with. Talking about America was racist. John McCain didn't know what to do. Barack Obama slid in behind Hurricane Katrina, and black men died in Hurricane Katrina. And then it was Trayvon Martin. George Zimmerman shot Trayvon Martin because Trayvon Martin just wanted to go get some Skittles. Trayvon was an all-American boy, had never done nobody no wrong. And George Zimmerman just came and shot him. Couldn't find that Trayvon and waited for George Zimmerman and tried to almost beat him to death. But Barack Obama got on the news and said, if I'd had a son, he'd look like Trayvon. Yeah, and he used Trayvon Martin to beat Mitt Romney. Mitt didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to deal with it, didn't know how to talk about it, nothing. Obama rolled in on the back of Trayvon Martin and all that racial hatred. Oh, and then, man, we had the big one. We had George Floyd. Donald Trump. But before that, they tried it in 2016 with Trump. You know what it was? Hillary Clinton had this group called the Mothers of the Movement. These women were the mothers. One woman's name was the mother Sarah Bland. She was a young lady that had killed by a cop being arrested. Eric Garner's mother, Jordan Davis's mother, and Trayvon Martin's mother. During the election, Hillary Clinton would have them travel with her and have them come on stage with her. And she'd talk about how low down and dirty the cops were and how racist America was and how these mothers of the movement was praying for black people to vote for Hillary Clinton, da. Well, Trump beat her. And when Trump beat her, we didn't hear about the mothers of the movement no more. They called Hillary Clinton up on the phone. She'd go, they were gone. Then after that, we had George Floyd. So see, I put it all down for you. Since 1996. 1996. Y'all, that's almost 30 years they've been playing this game. And now they're going to do it again. Oh, I already know what they're going to do. And when it happens, y'all going to say, boy, that daggone Vince Ellison sure enough called it. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to call the Iron Triangle up. Who's the Iron Triangle? Most black preachers, most black politicians, and most black civil rights workers. They're sitting by the phone right now. As soon as they call Al Sharpton, he can pick up the phone and say, oh, y'all missed, didn't you? Now y'all need me. They're going to call the NAACP. They probably called them last Saturday. Y'all missed, now y'all need me, don't you? So they're going to drive a truckload of money up to them, tell them to go out there and scour the city. Find some black person or find a Jussie Smollett. Set it up or something. Get a black girl says she's raped by Donald Trump or raped by a mega guy with a mega hat on. Find yourself some poor black child that said that a mega guy took his ice cream cone. Find yourself some black child, some gay black dude that said the mega dude fired him for no reason whatsoever. Came in and said, you black and you gay, get the hell out of here, you fired. And I'm mega, I'm Donald Trump. Matter of fact, Donald Trump, I voted for him, and Donald Trump told me to fire you. And he gonna come on the TV crying, and you gonna have 7,000 news cameras all around him. And because of whatever has happened, they're gonna say Donald Trump's a racist. Everybody that vote for him are racist. Any black person that support Donald Trump is Uncle Tom. And that America's a racist country, and everybody in America needs to die and go to hell unless they vote for Joe Biden. Then Joe Biden's old, decrepit behind gonna start up behind him, and he gonna say, "This is over. America needs to come together. And then you're going to see a bunch of greasy black preachers behind them. All of them fat. All of them going to talk about when they used to march with Dr. King and how they got the hell beat on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. And how because of what happened to this poor black or gay person, we need more government money coming to the black community. Y'all, if we fall for it, we deserve whatever we get. I really hope you're smart enough to see through this. It's not funny. I'm making fun of it because it's so stupid. It's actually sad that they believe that they can do this to us and get away with it. Back in South Carolina, there was an old U.S. Senator by the name of Cotton Ed Smith. Cotton Ed was a dirty old bastard. Cotton Ed had a cotton plantation. That's why they called him Cotton Ed. Biggest cotton plantation in the state. And he had a number of black people picking cotton for him. This was during the Depression, so you know it was real bad in South Carolina for a field hand during the Depression. The Cotton Ed lived in a big old house, still up in South Carolina down in Lee County right now. Big old plantation house. And you know how Cotton Ed got all the poor whites to vote for him in South Carolina all the time, even though he didn't do anything for them? Cotton Ed had a slogan. I'm going to tell you the truth. Y'all don't think I'm lying. Cotton Ed's slogan was, keep the price of cotton up and the N-word down. And it wasn't N-word. You know what he said. I'm on YouTube and X, so I can't say what Cotton Ed actually said. Keep the price of cotton up and keep the N-word down. He had a banner on a big old cotton wagon riding around with that on there. And people said, yeah, 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 yeah. Exploiting black people back then. Gunnar Myrdal, in his book, American Dilemma, The Negro Problem, and in the 1930s said that in America, the black American would always be used for one of two things. The Negro in America would be used for one of two things, or maybe both, as entertainment and exploitation. Entertainment and exploitation. Get ready to get exploited again. They already got you in bad schools. They already got the fentanyl and the drugs and destroying your family. And they're coming again. So, on the TV near you, start looking for racial unrest in the United States of America. Start looking for Black Lives Matter, Antifa, NAACP, Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, the usual suspects to come out there and find something to start raising hell about. Look for MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS to cover it. All to manipulate you into believing that the Democratic Party, the evilest organization in the history of the world, has your best interest at heart, and they've done nothing but kill you. What do the American people want? Why is there so much strife in this country right now? People always say, oh, we got to turn down political rhetoric. We got to turn down this. We got to turn down that. You know what? It's difficult to do it when the Democrats are the ones that are causing all the political unrest. And they're telling you to stop and not fight back. It's the guy with the gun putting it in your face, telling your house, saying, now we need to have peace in this house. We need to stop all this rancor and all this unrest so I can just keep on stealing from you. If you deal with the concept of conservatism and what it means basically one sentence and 3 words: leave me alone. That's it. And the Democrats won't do it. People want to send their children to school. No. Democrats want to sexually groom them. You want to send drag queens in. You want to pull the Bible out. So guess what happens? Christian conservatives take their children out of public school and say we want to homeschool them or send them to private school. And guess what the Democrats tried to do? They tried to pass the Equality Act. They said we're going to come into your Christian private schools and tell you in those schools what you got to teach and who you got to hire. And the only thing that stopped it was Republicans said no, and the Supreme Court said don't try it. But they tried it, y'all. That's what they want to do. That's their plan, to take over the public, the private system and the public system. Yes. When Christians say, you don't want us in your public system, let us do homeschooling, let us do private. Leave us alone. They coming. They said, leave me alone. I earned my money. I work for it. I put in my life savings. You didn't do anything to get this money. I don't mind paying my taxes. I don't mind paying to have the roads paved, to have the streets paved, to pay for the police, pay for the Army and Navy. But you shouldn't be taking my money and giving it to a joker that don't want to work to buy votes with it. You shouldn't give my money away to a public educational system that won't educate the children and won't hold them account. You shouldn't be giving my money away for wars all over this country, all over this world. And having inflation go up, where now every American is paying $1,200 more this year than they were for 4 years ago. Leave me alone. Don't steal from me. Democrats said, no. We're going to steal. Without faith, we conservatives say, leave us alone. Let us pray to our God when and where we want to. No, not them. If you try to pray in public, we'll put you in jail. You try to pray in the public education, we'll put you in jail. They won't even allow them to put the 10 Commandments up in schools now. The people down in the state of Louisiana wanted to put the 10 Commandments up in the school. The ACLU taking them to court. No. And we just say, leave us alone. They want to pass the Equality Act to go into your churches and your synagogues to tell you who you got to hire. You got to have LGBTQ bathrooms. You got to have LGBTQ weddings. And the people are saying, do what you want to do. We don't care who you sleep with. Just don't come and tell our children about it. Don't tell me about it. Leave us alone. Not them. We won't be able to defend ourselves. You say you won't do it, then let me defend myself. Let me have my gun. Nope. If you don't want to have a gun, you don't have to have one. Oh, no. We're going to take what you got. We're going to take your gun. Your right to defend yourself. Not based on something that you did, but based on what somebody else did. So he shoots somebody, and you're going to come take my gun. The government disarming its own citizens. And we just say, well, y'all just leave us alone. They're going to make you participate in the activities that you believe will send your soul to hell. Man in a dress. You better call him a woman. What does Marcus Aurelius say? If it's wrong, don't do it. If it's a lie, don't say it. That it's not a woman, and I'm not going to call him a woman. Well, you're going to go to jail. We're going to fire you from your job. Call them by the pronouns they want to be called by, or we're going to fire you from your job or put you in jail. Yeah, that's them. And we just say, leave us alone. Illegals coming across the border. When you keep them out, that's your job. They're making rents go up. They're bringing wages down. They're crowding us out of our schools and our communities. Will you just leave us alone? No, not them. Violence and crime, bad schools. Can you fix the schools? No. Can you get rid of the violence? No. You know why? Because they're an evil institution. That's who they are. And all we say is just leave us alone. And they refuse. So now, we're going to make you leave us alone. Yeah, the backlash is coming. You thought you had us. You thought you had him when you were standing there and you had him in your sights. And you did. But either God turned his head or God moved the bullet. What have I always said here on this podcast? You've heard me say it. What Jesus Christ has ordained for me, can no man stop it. That goes for you and that goes for Donald Trump too. You're not going to stop this train. You know why? Because we're on God's side. And God is on our side. And you Democrats are a demonic, evil organization. All you do is meditate on blood. You've had your high water mark here in America. You missed your shot the other week. We know you're coming with the racial thing. We're waiting for it. I've already called you out and we're going to nullify it. And we're going to win. We're going to defeat you all. And you've already been exposed in front of the world as the liars and the cheats that you are. The whole world saw what you did. You ain't fooled nobody. You either incompetent or you're traitors. Ain't no way of sliding around it. And your time is up. Now go to my website, VinceSpeaksTruth.com. In it, you'll get my documentary, Will You Go to Hell for Me? And you'll see how these Democrats are the evilest institution in the history of the world and how if you vote for them, you'll go to hell. It's plain and simple. Look at what they tried to do in front of the world. In front of the world. Try to say the boy was a registered Republican. I don't care what they say. We know what happened. You're going to believe me or your lying eyes, right? Then, getting my first book, The Iron Triangle. Yeah, they calling the Iron Triangle right now in the Democratic Party. So we need y'all to get the niggers activated. We need y'all to go find some black person out there that's been mistreated by some white Republican or some white conservative mega person and hold them up so we can use them and exploit them for power. Don't fall for it. In 25 Lies, I tell you about all their tricks in 25 Lies. There are 25 quick chapters that you can read. It exposes these liars to you, these hypocrites, these perverts, so you'll know how to defend yourself against them. And then there's Crime Inc. Show you how they're a criminal organization. They tried to do a crime the other week when they tried to murder Donald Trump. But that's what the mafia does, isn't it? They use his murder as a tool for power. But God is in control, y'all. No weapon formed against us will prosper. People, I think some of y'all been asleep. I really do. But I am here to wake you up. I said on Tucker Carlson 2 years ago that the Democratic Party was done. They're already defeated. And that's why I'm smiling, because I'm happy about it. God is in control. Fear not, fret not, all will be well. So, I hope I did you some good today. Come join me again next week.